that fits your needs while helping you bundle your life, home, and auto policies. Bundling saves you money.
All right, coming back from halftime here at the GCAC Basketball Championships, where Philander Smith has a 31-29 lead. Joining us here at halftime, Dillard's head coach, Coach Norbert Rome. Coach, pleasure. Thank you for taking time out to come up and join us here. Your team, your ladies, you had an opportunity to play both teams. Most recently, you played Rust, and you went from the transition of losing by 30 at the beginning of the season to 12 to most recently by 4.
Right.
As you've watched Rust from the start to where they are right now, down by 2, what are your thoughts as you see?
Well, they started off with a real slow start offensively. I saw that they gave Brown wide open 3. They gave Walker a wide open 3, and they were down 6-0. But I think what was probably happening is the same thing that happened in the game when we played them at Russ. Russ has to learn how to win and to adapt. They're understanding that a win or go home game is not like the normal game. Like there's a tomorrow.
Right.
But there's a this game is like if you lose you go home.
Okay.
Right.
So sometimes that plays on the psyche of a player. So they had a slow start against us, and they came out in the second quarter, played a lot better, and then in the third quarter they made a run. We went back and forward, and then the game went down to the wire. We both had a chance to win the game, but Kamisha Walker, she's the player of the year.
Yeah.
She took the game over. She did what she was supposed to do.
So that's one of the things that I've been saying. That you have to use your leaders, especially your seniors. And like you said, she has every reason to feel like it's either win or go home.
Correct.
So tell me this: what should Philander be ready for? What should they be ready to do?
Well, I would anticipate having coached against both coaches. Neither coach has brought any pressure against the other team, and both coaches are known to bring some sort of pressure.
Okay.
So it seems like it's a heavyweight fight, and both coaches are kind of feeling each other out, trying to see who's going to bring the first big punch.
Okay.
So I haven't seen either team bring any pressure. They just been playing solid man to man.
Okay.
But I would look for some pressure in the second half and some trapping, and try and see because both teams want to play up tempo.
Right.
Yeah, they both want to play up tempo. They both want to get up and down in transition.
So I'm not a big betting person, and it seems like you have a space to be. If you had to pick a team today, who would you select?
Right now, it's tough because you have Terrellin, who has been the past player of the year.
Yeah.
And then you have the current player of the year.
Right.
So you have 2 leaders and 2 people on both teams who could actually go for 30.
Okay.
And then their counterparts, the people who play alongside them, Katie Blackman, number 35 for Russ.
Right.
She can put 20 up on you real quick.
Okay.
And then you have the other players on the
Philander.
on Philander team, Sierra Pettis and Rakia Lane.
Right.
So
so you're not gonna commit either way. Okay, we understand.
Hey, Hargrove, number 23 for Russ.
Okay.
They loaded.
Okay.
They're both ranked in the nation.
Yeah.
I think Philander is receiving votes, and Russ is a top 25 team.
Right.
But they're being respected for a reason.
Right.
Yeah.
As you watched Kamisha Walker, and I've watched her in transition, and I noticed she shot quite a few shots from deep.
Yeah.
Does that seem like the normal shot selection for her? Okay, so
she's like Dame Lillard. She's
okay.
Logo ready.
Okay.
Okay.
As soon as she crosses half court, you have to pick her up on defense.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. She hit 2 big ones against us when the game was on the line. She hit one from the top of the key, and she hit one from the corner.
Okay.
And it swung the momentum in their favor.
So at any moment she could get hot, and I've noticed in transition she's created on one end defensively,
Yes.
and been one of the first people down on the other end.
Yes, she is really good defensively. She's willing to take on the challenge. When I watch film on her, oftentimes she's the one guarding the other team's best perimeter player, and she still gives you the point production on the offensive end. So she's a two-way player.
Sounds like somebody who's ready to go play professionally, if you ask me. But
I
hey.
agree with that.
Before we get back to the live action, is there sort of you talked about the two big key players from each team. Is there sort of maybe a role player, or who do you maybe anticipate as sort of an X factor player for either squad to watch out for as we get ready to start the second half?
For Philander, keep an eye on number 15, Walker.
Okay.
She's very sneaky in her approach.
Okay.
She can get a lot of offensive rebound putbacks, and she can shoot the ball from the perimeter outside. So she could be an X factor for them. And then I would say for Russ, you would have number 1, Butler.
Tamia Butler, right?
Yeah,
right.
she's a lefty. She's a Division I transfer.
Okay.
She can come off the bench, and she has the ability to be able to create her own shot by getting to the basket.
Okay. Coach, hang with us for a little bit, at least until maybe the first timeout or so. Give you a different perspective here. And into the lane, that's number 12, Carter, with that miss. And there's Katie Blackman right on cue.
Yeah.
Right on cue.
Ties the game up at 31.
Yep.
She's a load. Big load on the inside.
Well, we,
Got to put a body on her.
we thank you for that insight. And
How well, I'm curious, as you watch Amisha Hamlet-Brown, there's a three-point attempt by Pettis. It seems like Hamlet-Brown has done a decent job of guarding her for PSC. Probably maybe the only person who's got the strength and size to kind of deal with her inside.
Correct. She's been noted as probably the Katie stopper because they both have the girth.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I like that, the Katie stopper. Okay.
Yeah, she slowed her down during the season, but they're the only two girls in the conference with that type of size.
Okay. There's Sierra Pettis on the left side. A little back and forth there with Terrell and Dominic. Dominic at the top. Over to Emma Renzor. There's Pettis in the corner. There's that trap. You called it, Coach. There's a trapping and stolen by Hargrove. And there's Johnson.
picked up a dribble too early.
Right.
Johnson gets it back. She looks for it. It looks like she's calling for a couple of screen, or actually she's looking to get it inside to Blackman. Uses the screen. Hamlet-Brown guarding her all the way out there. There's a mismatch.
Mismatching on pick and roll, yep.
And into the lane. And looks like Shay Johnson is going to get to the free throw line as they called that foul on.
I think it was Walker.
They called that on
Number
Lorena
15.
Walker, number 15. Yeah, I'm surprised that we haven't seen more full court pressure yet, especially from Philander Smith. There's that first free throw attempt.
Exactly. Philander Smith thrives off that full court pressure. That's how they really get ignited, and they get up tempo, and they get a lot of shots in transition.
Right. I recall we did a broadcast against EWC, and that's how they sort of distanced themselves from Edward Waters a few weeks back over in Jacksonville. 1 point lead for Russ. Here's a three-point attempt by Walker, and on cue, Coach calls it. Lorena Walker with the three.
Hey,
Gives PSC a 34-32 lead. Go, sorry about that.
Oh, it's okay. And Coach, I noticed that Lorena Walker, she also plays the perimeter a lot. Can they get the ball in? I haven't seen Philander do that a lot, do they?
Philander doesn't look to get the ball in as much. They may throw the ball inside the Brown every now and then, but for the most part, I would say Walker is more of a version of a stretch four.
Okay.
So they're really playing 4 out, 1 in.
Makes sense.
Ebony Hargrove tied it up on the other end of the floor. Skip to Pettis. Little pump fake. Goes baseline. Blackman cut it off, but there's Dominic with that missed three. And I think they're going to call Amisha Hamlet-Brown with that foul. And that's going to be her third.
See right there, we call that a lazy foul. That's a reaching foul. She had the rebound. You're pressing the rebound to just sprint back and get on D. Coaches hate that type of foul.
Checked into the ball game, Anika Clark. Scores tied. Under 7 minutes to play here in the third. That's Kamisha Walker. Over to Carter. Johnson. And
Turnover.
I think her intended target, I believe, was Kamisha Walker, although there were 2 Russ players in the lane, including Blackman.
And truly looking for the ball.
You're right, right. I think both of them wanted it. I'm not sure it went between them. That's odd. Here's a three-point attempt by Dominic for 3. Terrell and Dominic, 37-34 lead by PSC, Philander Smith. And I have a feeling, coaches, this is going to go back and forth for the rest of this contest.
This is definitely going to seesaw back and forth. You're going to see the better players are going to start separating themselves and making plays along the way.
Shea Johnson drops it inside the Blackman, and they call it on Anika Clark. I thought they might have called a little travel there, but they chose to call the foul on Clark.
So how is Blackman with her free throws? She's fairly decent at the line.
Yeah, she does a good job shooting free throws. She's about a 65% free throw shooter.
Okay. I guess we'll keep that in mind as the game goes on, who to put on the line and who not, right?
Right.
Well, you got to imagine, what I've seen a nice little 2-man game between Walker and Blackman. So, I won't be surprised to see that a little bit later in the contest. And so you get in a situation of who do you foul? You don't want to foul either one of those 2, I would imagine, going to the basket.
Right. It's always good to play with other superstars that are unselfish. And if you've noticed, Katie and looks for Walker a lot.
Yes.
Oh, she missed that opportunity. Number 1. Take the shot.
Clark puts that shot up. Nice bucket there by Anika Clark. As Philander Smith working the middle of the lane right around the high post area there. They take a 3-point lead, 5:40 in the third quarter. Kamisha Walker on the left wing. Gives it over to Andrea Clark. Clark into the lane, tries to pass it down to Shea Johnson, but give some credit to Terrell and Dominic for coming in and getting that deflection. Knocks it out of bounds. It'll be rushed ball underneath. And checking in now, I believe that's Tamaya Butler.
Yes.
As she comes in, Ebony Hargrove comes out. Hargrove didn't look too happy about coming out of the ball game at that point.
Nice flash. They got to look for her on the inside early. Don't wait.
Shea Johnson steps through. Oh, they're going to call a travel on that one.
Yeah, she probably should have gave the ball up on the drive kick early.
Anika Clark, I noticed, playing some good post defense on that possession against Katie Blackman. Inside.
Oh, you got to hit that.
Is Walker. She didn't want to shoot that. Let's see, what do we got inside? Clark and Butler appeared to be, or no, check that. Maybe that was Walker inside. And they did call that on Walker, if I believe. That's just her first. Lorena Walker in the corner, all the way into the lane. Has it knocked out by Walker. There's Carter, and it's blocked by Clark. Anika Clark coming in off the bench, making some good plays.
Well, it's good to see the officials are letting them play.
Right.
And we've got a timeout on the floor. So, again, we want to thank Coach Rome for taking some time to come up. And, hey, Coach, definitely men or women's next game's up. If you got some time, feel free to come on up, and we'd love to have you for the next or other games.
Thank you for having me.
All right, appreciate it again.
Great
Coach
meeting.
Norbert Clark, head coach Dillard Women's Blue Devils. And we'll be back right after these words. You're watching the GCAC Basketball Championships on the Black College Sports Network.
But it also saves you time, so you can enjoy the things that matter most even more. Contact me, Tammy Haynes, your local agent, for a free personalized insurance quote. Allstate, are you in good hands?
Q Time is a classic Atlanta soul food restaurant located in the historic West End. Q Time Soul Food is a family business started by Fred and Christine Crenshaw. Come on in, relax, and sink your chops into our tantalizing, mouth-watering, distinctive soul food with a twist, the Q Time way. 1120 Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard, or call your order in at 404-758-2881. Do you miss your mama's cooking? Then come on down to Q Time, an Urban Passport member.
Back to live action here in the third quarter, 4:54 to play. Apologies to Coach Rome. Discovered that I mispronounced or misspoke his last name. A.D. Drew back joining us in his normal spot in the rotation. A.D. Drew, Coach Carol McLeod here. My name is Brian Fulford. We're in the middle of the third quarter here. Philander Smith with a 39-36 lead over Rust. Off the putback there, Katie Blackman off the miss by Shay Johnson.
How many points does she have right now? Because she's really showing up in this third quarter.
14 points for Blackman. Great. There's a miss, and Emma Renzer comes up with that offensive rebound. 1 point lead for Philander Smith. Lorena Walker, Sierra Pettis. There's Emma Renzer in the corner. Pettis looking to get inside to Clark. Clark turn around, no good. Didn't get it up high enough over Blackman.
You know, Carol, you asked about these points. Blackman and Walker had combined for 29 of Rust 38 points.
That's good.
Well, that's I think we've all established that's where the production is going to come from Rust, and it'll be interesting now. You know, Coach Rome just pointed out. He said, watch out for Tamaya Butler, who is on the floor, number one, and to see whether she can provide an extra bucket or two that makes a difference here.
Yeah. On the opposite side, 7 of the eight players who play for Philander have scored.
So Philander
nobody has double digits. Getting
a production from practically everyone on the floor inside the Clark. Swings it around Pettis. She drops back. That's a 2, as she was
a high school three.
But as a nice jump shot, which puts PSC back up by 3. There's Butler into the lane, as called by Coach Rome. Tamaya Butler gets the bucket, cuts the deficit to 1 again.
So just real quick, I noticed that Amisha Herrick-Brown is at the end of the bench, and she's hurt. I didn't notice. I saw her coming out of the locker room. That
must have been when she did go out during that, after she picked her 3rd foul up. So she has not been in since then. There's Clark. Oh, and they're going to call Walker for coming over a little early and picking up the foul.
A foul, okay.
You disagree?
It was a soft foul. I guess.
We know what kind of ball player Carol was when she played ball then.
You're going to foul.
Foul. Right? It was a little too soft to be called. Is that what you're saying there, Coach?
Just a little bit.
No foul, Coach.
I'm just wondering, but okay.
Into the lane. Woo, nice move. Unable to make that bucket was Terrell Dominic. Blackman with a nice rebound. Nice. Shay Johnson with the ball in her hands.
Nice.
Finding nice defense there by Lorena Walker, denying.
But I like the way Philander is looking up and getting the ball down the floor.
Walker denying Walker. I could go with that all day. And that's the matchup right there. Walker got past the other Walker, tipped back out to Butler.
Way to set it back up.
12 seconds on the clock. Kamisha Walker looking. Finds Butler. Nice little dish off the Blackman. Count that bucket.
Katie Blackman.
And we talked about the difference that a player like Tamaya Butler could make. And there she was with the assist to Blackman. 3-point attempts. No good. Pettis hustles that ball down. Rakaya Lane unable to come up with the ball. Loose ball on the floor. What do we have? We got a timeout called by Rust.
Timeout, Rust.
Hey, Butler again. There's Tamaya Butler with a great hustle play to come up with that ball. 2 minutes remaining, and we've got a timeout. So we'll take a break. You're watching the GCAC Basketball Championships on the Black College Sports Network.
whatever you've been through. We have a warm welcome waiting for you at more than 325 hotels around the world. Book today at DoubleTree.com. DoubleTree by Hilton, where the little things mean everything.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
Back to live action in the third quarter in this women's semifinal contest between the 2-seed Russ College Lady Bearcats and the 3-seed Philander Smith College Panthers. Russ now leading 42-41. AD, you pointed out something interesting here regarding the timeout situations left.
Yeah, Coach Jackson, the coach of the year in the conference, but may not have made the best decision on that timeout.
Anisha Hammer-Brown.
They had the arrow, but they used that timeout right there on that potential tie-up, and now they only have one remaining for the game.
Here comes Rust on the break after the steal. And it's going to go off of, I believe, Terrellyn Dominic as Russ builds up a 44-41 lead.
Coach, I do want to just mention, I see the confidence coming back with Russ and how Kamisha Walker is just kind of pushing the ball down, and the team, they're all kind of coming together. The other thing I want to say, Coach over at Russ has to be excited because his roster is pretty young. So to kind of see the girls playing together and it is a good look. Has to be a good feel for him.
Butler lost that, but nearly stolen away by Shea Johnson. Philander ball on the sideline is about to check into the ball game. Lisa Crawford, and they're going to play a little offense-defense here between Lisa Crawford and Katie Blackman as she comes out. She has 3 fouls, so obviously I think Coach Jackson does not want her to pick up number 4 before the end of the third. There's Hamlet Brown at the top, swings it over to Emma Renzor. Here comes Pettis off that screen. Free throw line jump shot is good. Sierra Pettis cuts it to a 1-point game.
And if you want to talk about textbook how to shoot that ball coming off as a right-handed player comes from the left side, that was textbook. Inside foot, planted, brought the other foot around, shot the ball with confidence.
What's happening with the coach over at Philander?
Shea Johnson, she didn't lose the ball. She almost lost it, but did not. And I think that's where Coach Greenwood was a little excited. Thought his team should have had a steal. There's Butler driving. Handoff to give that bucket to Lisa Crawford. And I've seen two excellent passes there by Tamaya Butler. X Factor.
Shot clock is off. Right.
Give all credit to Coach Rome for pointing that out to us. Shot clock's off, 15 seconds left. Rush with a 3-point lead. Ball in the hands of Sierra Pettis. Picks up the instructions.
8 seconds.
Pettis got to make a move. Going left, pulls back. Got to make a quick decision. 3, 2, tries to cut through the lane, unable to get something. And that's going to end the first half. And Coach Jackson, excited, I'm assuming that's what that was. Very excited for the play of Lisa Crawford defensively.
Very good defense.
And, man, I tell you, we have got fourth quarter in store. Russ leading 46-43 at the end of 3. You're watching GCAC Basketball Championships on the Black College Sports Network.
It didn't. What happened was a gentleman wanted to do the Black College Sports Network in partnership with the HBCU or these black colleges.
Absolutely.
And it would have educated the Black College Sports Network. This is what he wanted to do. That would have educated a lot of black kids. Okay, that was the real reason why I got into it, was when I saw what happened with the Black College Sports Network.
Majesty is a premium health and wellness tea line focused on bringing delicious yet healthy tea blends to the community. Filled with an abundance of vitamins and antioxidants, we work to blend teas with exotic spices and fruits to produce scrumptious and wholesome beverages. So check us out at mymajesties.com. That's MyMajestes.com. My Majesties, an Urban Passport member.
Now, you can live in Texas and not have a good red meat blend. Texas.
Here we go. Back to this live action here at the Xavier University Convocation Center. The GCAC Basketball Championships started the fourth quarter in women's semifinal number 1. Russ College leading 46-43 over Philander Smith. Butler inside off the little dish to Lisa Crawford.
They've done that several times.
That's
I think
it.
Philander will figure that out, but that looks great.
Butler with at least 3, maybe 4 assists here, as she has found her way into the lane and been able to find the open post player.
How many assists did you say, Brian?
I don't know. I was waiting on you to tell me, and there's a rebound by Russ.
How about lucky 7?
Shea Johnson on the move. Off the backboard.
Nice rebound.
Carter comes up with it, and I think she's going to pick up no correction. That is.
Number 34.
Well, let's just say the foul is on Amisha Hamlet-Brown. That is her 4th.
Team foul of the 4th period.
And at the line.
To shoot for Russ, number 12,
Andrea Carter. I was going to say Carter, but for a second I thought it said 22, and I'm thinking there's no 22 out here.
We're
Carter.
We're going to get those numbers colored in going forward.
Not a big fan of the color scheme. Nice uniforms, though. 49-43 is Russ beginning to separate from Philander Smith. Builds the lead up to 7 now. 50-43.
For the Panthers.
But I will say, Russ does have to pay attention because Philanders can come down and shoot a couple of threes. They're known for that.
We saw them earlier. That's how they got off to such a hot, quick start to start the game behind the three-point shooting. So it's there.
With Pettis and Dominique.
And now you notice Russ has switched to man-to-man. And that shot attempt was no good, I believe, by Dominic. Rust is the bigger team, and bigger I mean in size and height. And I just saw it, case in point there, watching Lisa Crawford at 6'2", guard Anika Clark, who's 5'10", on the perimeter. There's the double team of Pettis, and it's stolen away. Wait a minute, we've got a foul. The official blew the whistle.
Coach has come out of his jacket. What's that?
Her first personal.
Foul on Jasmine Coleman, number 10 of Rust. So with 8:41 to play, Philander Smith, ball on the sideline. Sierra Pettis will inbound. As we try to straighten out the shot clock situation off the foul. Probably should be 20 seconds. It is 20 seconds they put up. Philander Smith trailing by 7, 8:41 to play. Pettis inbound to, and there's another foul. That one looks like it's going to be on Kamisha Walker.
I disagree with the foul call right there. Ball went out of bounds. It was going to be Philander's ball anyway. Save the foul. Called out of bounds.
Nice take.
Inside Walker, unable to make that bucket. Butler comes up with the rebound. She brings it up the floor, being guarded by Terrell and Dominic. Carter gives it over to Walker. Walker drops it over in the lap of Butler, and it's stolen away. Lorena Walker comes up with it. Cross half court. Emma Renzer ripped away by Kamisha Walker. Little hesitation. Pull up. Got it. Oh, spoke too soon. Jinx, sorry about that. Sierra Pettis on the break. By herself. Didn't hit her teammate who was trailing. I can see you wish that Pettis would have passed that, Coach, right?
You gotta look up. Those girls work too hard going down and asking for the ball. You have to look up as a guard.
Reward your bigs, right?
Right.
3-point attempt, no good by Lorena Walker.
Nice.
Rebound by Butler. Nice outlet up ahead.
That's how you practice it. Throw it out there and make a run for it.
Right.
Skip pass, and there's a travel.
That was easy call.
She had great intentions. She knew what to do. Go straight to the basket. Get the ball and go to the basket.
So that was in the hands of Jasmine Coleman, who went with the skip pass.
Rakia Lane returns for the Panthers.
Rakia Lane checking back in for the Panthers. And Lorena Walker will come out. 50-43. Rust leading. 7:35 to play. Got to pay attention here. They tried to let it roll a little bit. Emma Renzer to the bucket, unable to make that. Foul called on Terrell Dominic.
Her second personal, second team foul.
Her second team foul, second, and checking into the ball game. Back into the ball game, Katie Blackman
for the Lady Bearcats.
And Shay Johnson.
In my opinion, I think the Panthers have to really focus on what got them in the lead in the beginning. Like, go back to your shooting, getting your girls open.
Butler, three-point attempt, no good. Rebound by Rakia Lane.
I don't like that shot because it wasn't in rhythm.
Pop it out.
Uses a screen, knocked down.
That was in rhythm.
Rakia Lane. 5'5" junior from Little Rock, Arkansas. Cuts the deficit to 5, under 7 minutes to play in the contest. Survive and advance. Nice back cut by Walker. It goes out of bounds, and they're saying it's deflected by a Panther. So it'll be rush ball underneath. As they were trying to get the ball to Kamisha Walker, and she fell down. Rakia Lane, there's a pull-up jump shot, right elbow, no good. Rebound by Rust. Up ahead, there's Butler. Avoids the contact, but she gets fouled from behind by Vivian Emerenzor, and she will go to the line. Tamaya Butler, excuse me, will go to the line.
Vivian Varonazer, her second personal, third team foul of the fourth quarter.
So one of the things that I did notice that what Coach said earlier, they're not putting a lot of pressure early on the ball, and I would think that as a coach, that's what I would do at this point. This is a situation where it's win or go home. So I'm thinking the Panthers need to go ahead and put the pressure.
It'll be interesting to see. Rust only has one timeout left. Maybe they're waiting for the under 5 where they don't have another media timeout. 6-point lead for Rust after that free throw make. Just a 2-possession ball game. There's Pettis at the free throw line going right. Throws it up over his shoulder with a chance at a 3-point play. Get out of here.
Count the basket.
Ballet helps.
Good footwork by Sierra Pettis.
Right.
What are you saying? You don't practice those? You don't practice those out in the front driveway, Coach?
I can't say that I do, but it worked today.
There's Pettis getting the old school 3-point play. 3-point ball game, and here's that pressure. Finally, as we talked about, Philander Smith decided to pick up full court now. In a bit of a 2-2-1. Nearly stolen away. Spin move by Butler.
Oh, that was a nice steal.
Rust handles the pressure. That's the first time they've seen that full court press by Philander. Inside is Blackman, going strong to the bucket. Blocked by Clark, but she was out of bounds.
Smart block.
Yeah, Nika Clark did a good job. Inbound underneath, Blackman. They're going to swing it around. There's Butler with the ball. And she overthrows. I would say she was probably maybe going for Blackman, but she overthrew her.
She was, but that defense was pretty steady.
6:02 to play. Philander Smith down by 3. Terrell Dominic goes to the right side. She'll go off the screen, into the lane, and count that bucket.
Terrell Dominic.
The GCAC most valuable player from a year ago, or player of the year from a year ago. There's a skip pass over to Walker. Down low to Blackman, spin into lane, and a hard foul by Emma Renzer. Make Blackman go to the free throw line and earn them. instead of giving her an easy bucket.
So as I watch them do their press, this is the Panthers, Anika Clark needs to cheat up a little so she can possibly create a steal situation, in my opinion.
Little jostling here. Always the back and forth is always interesting in those stack plays. Ball all the way up top to Shea Johnson. She goes right into lane, comes back left, goes back right. Off the backboard, no foul called. Rebound, Rakia Lane. Philander Smith down one with a chance to take the lead. And she turns it over. Stolen away. Andrea Carter comes up with that. Butler trying to get it to Walker on the baseline. Walker stepped out of bounds, though.
Got too many people trying to do too much too fast right now. It's a one possession. Matter of fact, it's a 1 point ball game. Take your time, breathe, execute.
And it's 5 minutes left to go. For a second, I thought there was only a minute or two left at the pace of that possession. Terrell and Dominic for three. Short. Rebound by Blackman.
That's the shot that you wanted right there.
And I can see Coach Greenwood from over here shaking his head like, why would you shoot that so early? Shea Johnson, she's going to stand there at the circle and set this up slowly. Butler on the left wing picks up a screen from Carter. Jump steps into the lane, and she's going to be fouled by Lane. And we should have a media timeout. Good call by AD. So we'll take a break with 4:33 remaining. You're watching the GCAC Basketball Championships on the Black College Sports Network.
Cowboy Dust is designed for steak and other red meats. It's out to be my most popular spice blend, made with onions, peppers, ground mushrooms, pink salt, and other spices. Texas Cowboy Dust also goes great with chicken, pork, vegetables, and adds a restaurant quality sheen to gravies and sauces.
A gentleman wanted to do the Black College Sports Network in partnership with the HBCUs.
Let's face it, shopping for insurance can be time consuming. That's why when it comes to your auto, home, and life insurance needs, make things simple and trust the experts at Allstate. They will help you get the coverage that fits your needs while helping you bundle your life, home, and auto policies. Bundling saves you money, sure, but it also saves you time, so you can enjoy the things that matter most even more. Contact me, Tammy Haynes, your local agent, for a free personalized insurance quote. Allstate, are you in good hands?
Q Time is our classic Atlanta soul food restaurant located in the historic West End. Q Time Soul Food is a family business started by Fred and Christine Crenshaw. Come on in, relax.
4:33 remaining in the fourth quarter of this semifinal between Rush College and Philander Smith. Rush with a 1 point lead at the free throw line. Tamaya Butler. She knocks down the first one, 52-50 lead.
I have to tell Coach Rome he should have placed a bet.
Rush shooting over 71% at the free throw line as Butler knocks down both of them. And a 3 point lead for the Lady Bearcats. There's Pettis over to Dominic. Pettis at the free throw line. Turn, face the bucket. What will she do? Spins, goes back, and they're going to call an offensive charge on Pettis, and I think Shea Johnson took that one.
She did.
Her first person.
As checking back into the ball game for Philander Smith, number 15, Lorena Walker comes in. Rakia Lane checks out. Coming up on 4 minutes to play, Shea Johnson on the half-court circle. Taking their time.
It's a good time to apply more pressure.
There's Butler. Here comes a screen from Carter. Going left, drops it inside to Blackman. Turnaround, no good, missed. Unable to come, but Clark comes up with a block. Russ comes up with it again. And who's going to come up with the loose ball? It's going to be Russ, and a bucket there by Shea Johnson.
5-point lead for Russ.
That's one of those loose ball possessions that makes a difference down the stretch. 55-50 lead for Russ now.
Looks like you got Amisha Harriet Brown coming back in the game.
Emma Renzo over to Dominic. Dominic, it's Walker in the corner. Swings over to Pettis. Rust in a bit of a it's in a 2-3 zone. Dominic with the ball, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Count that bucket, it's a long two-pointer. 55-52, and Rust will back up. They won't pick up full court. They'll pick him up right across the half-court line. Shea Johnson with the ball in her hands, looking to set the offense up, guarding by Terrell and Dominic.
I don't agree. I think you should bring the defense up earlier because it gives them a chance to set up.
There's Butler on the left wing. Down low, and it's overthrown as she overthrows Katie Blackman, her intended target. Checking in for Philander Smith.
Check back in for Philander Smith.
Hamlet Brown and Rakia Lane check in for Anika Clark and Vivian Amaranzor. 2:31 left to play. 55-52 lead for Rust. Survive and advance. 2 versus the 3 seed. Terrell and Dominic gets stolen away by Butler. Butler to the lane. Reverse, no good. Rebound by Dominic.
Look up.
She's on the break, up ahead. Glides through the lane, off the back of the rim. Cuts it to 1.
Very interesting game.
4-point swing right there.
Did you expect anything less?
Hey, we said it was going to go down. 2 minutes left to play.
They are going to the wire.
Shea Johnson.
Is there an overtime in their future, perhaps?
Oh, don't say that.
Not on first game.
Not on the first game. Come on.
Last game,
Come
baby.
on, coach. Come on.
I'm just asking.
There's a 3-point by Walker. No good air ball. Butler.
Shot clock violation.
Oh, it's a shot clock violation. And we talked about that, about the shot selection by Walker. I can see Coach Jackson wiping the sweat off his brow. I'm sure that is not what he wanted from his senior leader, player of the year, Kamisha Walker. But you live and die with your best players shooting shots and making decisions like that. 135 to play. Ciara Pettis being guarded by Walker. Going left into the lane. Kicks it over to Dominic for 3. No good. Rebound. Tipped out of there by Blackman, but Ciara Pettis comes up with it.
He said it. You got plenty of time.
1:15 to play. Rakia Lane. This may go down to a final possession or 2.
I think I see it.
6 seconds on the shot clock for 3. No good. Rebound. Dominic comes up with a tip, but Butler comes down with the rebound. 1 minute to play.
1 minute remaining.
Shea Johnson with the ball in her hands. 15 going right to the bucket. It's blocked from behind by Pettis, and they call a foul on Ciara Pettis. Much to the dismay of Brandon Greenwood.
I was going to say, now, is she one of the ones we want to send to the line at a time like this? We talked about it earlier.
For Rust.
Shea Johnson on the season at the free throw line. AD.
Let's see.
58.6.
First one,
So
no
she
good.
is someone.
Well, I would say that's not an intentional foul, but it was one of those.
She had to make one.
It was an unintentional, what could turn out to be a good foul.
Now expect Philander to get a timeout off of this make or miss.
And she misses both.
Right.
They're going to play.
Oh, they're going to play. Coach Greenwood's going to play. Terrell and Dominic with the ball. Still an opportunity to get 2 for 1 here based on the play clock and shot clock situation. Dominic. Oh, there's a mismatch inside. Hamlet Brown, but she's unable to get into her as she was matched up against a smaller guard. Dominic spin move, spinning into the corner with Rakia Lane. Pump fake. Baseline jump shot, no good. Hamlet Brown comes up with it. Tries to go back up with it. Forced that one, I thought. and they're going to say it is an air ball. Coach Greenwood wants a deflection, nothing.
She should have leaned into it a little bit more.
She also had a wide open teammate on the wing. She didn't see her teammate. Wide open on the left wing. I thought that was a bit of a force. We've got a timeout on the floor with 20.3 seconds left. We're going to take a break. You're watching GCAC Basketball Championships. We'll be back right after these words. Go.
Q-Time is our classic Atlanta soul food restaurant located in the historic West End. Q-Time Soul Food is a family business started by Fred and Christine Crenshaw. Come on in, relax, and sink your chops into our tantalizing, mouth-watering, distinctive soul food with a twist, the Q-Time way. 1120 Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard, or call your order in at 404-758-2881. Do you miss your mama's cooking? Then come on down to Q-Time, an Urban Passport member.
I've been waiting for days to come like this, better than ever.
20.3 seconds left remaining. Russ inbounding underneath. Philander Smith has to press, turnover, or create a foul. Oh, we got a double dribble on by Kamisha Walker. Unbelievable. An unbelievable turnover by the senior player of the year in the GCAC. Wow. And so it gives Philander Smith the ball underneath with 16 seconds left, trailing by 1.
Looked like a travel.
Oh, yeah, that was almost a
if not
double,
over the line.
Yeah, almost a double hop there by Lorena Walker. All right, so we will stay here. 13.8 seconds left. And Coach?
I'm looking at whose ball it is. I say get it in and take a quick shot to some of your hot shooters tonight. That's Dominic and
Sierra Pettis has also, as I look at leading scorers right now for Philander Smith, Terrellyn Dominic with 14. She's 6 of 19 from the field, 2 of 10 from the arc. Sierra Pettis with 13. You know, I would actually, call me crazy. I might run something for Rakia Lane.
Right.
Lane is, 7 points, but I've seen some nice, the form and everything just looks good from her. Where's Walker in inbound? 13 point. Pettis with the ball, gives it over to Dominic, and we've got an offensive foul on Sierra Pettis. 8.8 seconds left.
Pettis, her third personal.
And we've got a 30-second timeout on the floor.
Timeout, Rust.
Explain what did we just see here? What did we just see there, Coach?
In my opinion, we just saw someone aggressively not trying to make the decision to take it to the ball. Like in the situations like this, everybody needs to either go drive and try to make that shot, but this is not the time to share. So I know I've heard sharing is caring, but this isn't the time. Somebody needs to be the aggressor or make some decisions and go to the hole.
Yeah, sometimes you got to be a little selfish in situations like that.
Well, because we're trying to win. I think I heard what the coach say earlier, like it's do or die. This is it. So for Russ and for Philander, because they've seen each other on a couple of occasions, this is not the time to see who's going to. So small mistakes, but.
So it'll be Russ ball. They advance it across half court near their own bench. 8.8 seconds left. So as soon as the ball comes in, there has to be a foul. As soon as it comes in, it'll be a foul. There's Butler, and she is fouled by Pettis.
What is the coach?
Well, I think he's looking at the fact that Butler, who received that inbound, may have shuffled her feet a little bit.
Okay.
Although I think she kind of bobbled the ball. I don't think she had a clear handle of it.
And Tamaya's also pretty good free throw shooter, correct?
Butler on the day, 4 of 6 at the free throw line. 6.7 seconds left. She's shooting 2. First one goes down. 56-54. Philander still has a timeout left, so regardless, make or miss, they can advance the ball past half court. Second free throw attempt, no good, but a rebound by Walker. And that you just can't allow. You can't give them a second opportunity. That was just a long rebound. That's a tough rebound for Hamlet Brown. 5.4 seconds left. Russ now with a 2-point lead. Essentially may be able to put this game away, as they will probably get fouled here. And assuming they get fouled, 2 free throws would practically make it
a 4-point game.
A 4-point game. Inbound to Walker. Dribbling all the way up. She's got to get fouled, and she gets pushed down.
Hard foul.
By her sister, not related, Walker.
Did you know something that I didn't know? But you're right. The last name.
Just the last name alone.
Gotcha.
Personal.
It was an unintentional. Good call by the referees to not make that intentional, bigger than what it was. It's good to see no one got hurt. So now Kamisha Walker, 3.4 seconds left, player of the year, has a chance to pretty much put this game away if she can make both of these. First attempt, no good. So there's life here for Philander Smith, but they have to come up with the rebound. They've already given up one offensive rebound at the stripe. See what happens here. Second attempt, no good, and there's a timeout. So, wow.
Kamisha, you got to end your career with free throws. Free throws are free. That's what I tell my players.
I just witnessed free throws this past weekend cost a team an opportunity at a state championship, and it helped another team win a state championship. So, 3.1 seconds left. I'll say this. Are you playing for the win, or are you playing the tie? What play are you running right here, Coach?
At this point, I'm playing to win.
Oh, you're gonna draw your best play and get a 3.
Absolutely. We're playing to win.
Okay. I'm probably a little more conservative. I'm trying to take it to the bucket, see if we can maybe get fouled somehow, and maybe if something doesn't fall, you can get to the free throw line.
That's still a win.
Coach Jackson for Rust probably imploring his team, do not foul any 3-point shooters. Maybe he's telling them, if you're going to give up something going to the bucket. Let's see what happens. So it's a sideline inbound. Lorena Walker.
So the person who doesn't need to foul is Amisha.
Let's see if they get it. How quickly can they get to Terrell Dominic? They go down low to Pettis. She spins into the lane. Off the backboard, it's good. And as I said, Coach, take it to the bucket and make the easy 2. And that's exactly what Sierra Pettis does.
She did. And I said earlier, is this going to be an opportunity to go into overtime? And you said no, but here we are.
You jinxed us, Coach.
I did.
We're going to overtime in game number 1. Philander Smith, Russ College, 56-56. We'll be back after these words. You're watching the GCAC Basketball Championships on the Black College Sports Network.
Wherever you've been, whatever you've been through, we have a warm welcome waiting for you at more than 325 hotels around the world. Book today at DoubleTree.com. DoubleTree by Hilton, where the little things mean everything.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
It didn't. What happened was, a gentleman wanted to do the Black College Sports Network in partnership with the HBCU for these black colleges.
Absolutely.
And it would have educated the Black College Sports Network. This is what.
Here we go. 5 more minutes. survive and advance. We're going to overtime here in game number 1 of the GCAC Basketball Championships. Our Final Four women's semifinal number 1. Off the basket by Sierra Pettis by Philander Smith. And right to the bucket goes to Maya Butler to give Russ the 2-point lead. So just to recap, Coach, we saw missed free throws pretty much cost Russ an opportunity to put the game away.
Yes.
Big basket by Philander Smith. And there's a foul called on Butler.
Okay, another one of those soft fouls, but okay, let's make the free throw. Is she shooting? She's not.
Team fouls.
Team foul, okay.
No, Russ still has one more team foul to give before they're shooting.
Got it.
Or before Philander Smith is shooting. Inbound, Pettis. Terrell Dominic for 3. Count him. Terrell Dominic puts Philander Smith up 1, 59-58.
So it looks like they're going to start how they started in the beginning, shooting threes.
Tamaya Butler with the ball. Over to Shea Johnson. Let's see if Kamisha Walker can have a better overtime than maybe the finish of the fourth quarter there. It's stolen away by Dominic on the break. Pull up. Count him.
Count him.
Unfortunately, though, I think she pulled up at the wrong line, and it's only a 2-pointer. It's a long 2, but now Philander has a 3-point lead, 61-58, 3:50 to play. Butler into the lane. Back of the rim, gets the nice friendly roll.
So this looks like it's going to be a game between Butler and Dominique. They're just going to go back and forth and trade baskets, yes?
61-60 lead, Philander Smith. 3:31 left to play in overtime. Terrell and Dominic pull up. No good. Rebound by Katie Blackman. Haven't seen very many touches for Kamisha Walker. Does that surprise you at this point, Coach?
It does. Kamisha hopefully she's shaking off what happened at the end with those free throws, but she's also allowing her team to kind of get engaged in the game as well.
Shea Johnson picks up the screen, going left, goes behind the back, inside to Blackman. Blackman spins, drop step, no good, rebounded by Emma Renzor. Under 3 to play.
Up. That was an excellent opportunity to get it into your post going through the cut.
Pettis with the ball. She'll pull it back at the request of Coach Greenwood. Over to Dominic. Dominic on the right wing. Pettis tried to go to the block. Walker.
Cut through.
Inside to Pettis. Pettis kicks it back out to Dominic for 3. No good. Rebound by Blackman. Comes down strong with it. Gives it over to Butler. Pushing the ball up the floor. Woo! Wow, and that's a charge. Goodness gracious.
Charge. That was a great charge.
Somebody check on Butler. Make sure she's all right.
Offensive foul.
That was very smart on Brown's part to just get in position.
Beautiful charge taken there by Amisha Hamlet-Brown. Man, that was a physical play. 2:21 left to play. Philander Smith leading 61-60. Sierra Pettis.
Did you notice that they brought Lane back in?
I just noticed that as she has the ball using the screen off Hamlet-Brown.
You know, something else they should also do, you remember Blackman is in foul trouble, so I would also use that.
Ball stolen away inside by Carter as they were trying to get the ball inside to Pettis. Shea Johnson standing inside the half-court circle. Coach Jackson. Give the ball to Walker. This is her first touch of overtime right here. She gives it over to Carter. Back to Shea Johnson. 7 seconds. There's Walker. She's deep. Will she pull for 3 or will she get to the bucket? Kicks it over to her teammate for 3. Off the glass, no good. Tip back out by Blackman. Good offensive rebound.
I will say they're waiting to get the ball into Walker as well.
Is she being guarded that tough by the other Walker? Butler spin move. Nice dish to Blackman. Man, that young lady, she She has a nice
1 minute
vision
remaining in overtime.
when she gets inside to the paint. 62-61 lead for Rust. Neither coach has called a timeout yet. They both have one. 45 seconds left on the clock. Dominic down low to Hamlet Brown, goes up with it. And she made a nice play as she had Andrea Carter off her feet. And so now
Foul number 12.
Amisha Hamlet Brown goes to the line.
I need AD here to tell me Hamlet Brown's, Amisha's.
Two for Philander Smith.
This is where it counts the most. Hamlet Brown's a senior as well, so we'll hope that
66% free throw shooter. And she gets a nice little roll.
Yes.
And remember, that shooting style, she's about a couple of steps to the left of the nail. So here it is, 42.7 seconds left and a chance to take the lead. Knocks it down. Two big free throws. Exactly. 63-62, Philander Smith leading Rust. Ball in the hands of Tamaya Butler. Jump stop. That's Andrea Carter. Got to do something with it. Gives it back to Butler. Can she get it to Walker? Walker comes down with it. Turn off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Walker. And there's going to be a foul there by Kamisha Walker. I'm not really feeling the way
there are some games that are just
the ball to Kamisha Walker. I feel like it's like they're running the offense away from her, trying to get her to get to the ball from the weak side versus just flat out giving the ball to her. I would run the offense through her.
Right. And it, again, in pressure situations, when you're accustomed to going to your key player like that. So the good news for Russ is that they have options. So.
Okay, options. She's the player of the year. I want the ball to run through the player of the year. She leads the conference in scoring for a reason.
It's not over, Coach. I mean, it's not over.
Lorena Walker knocks down the first free throw and puts Philander Smith up 64-62, 22.7 seconds left. A big free throw here for Walker. Knocks it down.
I feel a timeout. Yep.
Clutch free throw shooting by Philander Smith at the free throw line. And now Rust will have to make adjustments as they're down by 3 with 22.7 seconds left. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the finish right after these words.
He wanted to do. That would have educated a lot of black kids. Okay? That was the real reason why I got into it, was when I saw what happened with the Black College Sports Network, which
Majesty is a premium health and wellness tea line focused on bringing delicious yet healthy tea blends to the community. Filled with an abundance of vitamins and antioxidants, we work to blend teas with exotic spices and fruits to produce scrumptious and wholesome beverages. So check us out at mymajesties.com. That's MyMajesties.com. My Majesties, an Urban Passport member.
Now, you can live in Texas and not have a good red meat blend. Texas Cowboy Dust is designed for steak and other red meats. It's out to be my most popular spice blend, made with onions, peppers, ground mushrooms, pink salt, and
22.7 seconds remaining. Rust trailing by 3 in overtime. Inbound. Butler with the ball. Walker pops out for 3. No good. Rebound by the other Walker for Philander Smith. 11 seconds on the clock. 9.5 seconds left.
Help me understand the hesitation when you got the ball and not push it down the floor. What was that?
By Philander Smith?
Yes.
Waiting on somebody to come foul.
Okay.
Because they have to come foul you, right?
Your card, check in.
Don't dribble. Don't turn it over.
Okay. Push it down the floor.
Inbound underneath. There's Pettis, and she gets fouled. 8.3 seconds left. Philander Smith.
Carter, her third personal.
You can see a little bit of the frustration from the Rust players.
Sierra Pettis at the line to shoot 2.
Sierra Pettis with a chance to shoot 2. She made the big bucket to send it to overtime. 2 free throws could probably, we've seen stranger things happen. put the game away. Gets the roll. Makes it a 2-possession game now for Philander Smith, leading 66-62. Second free throw will make it 5.
I say Blackman gets the rebound, long pass down the
Makes
floor.
the second one. Russ does not have a timeout, so they've got to get the ball up the floor.
They do.
Butler up the sideline. Crosses it over. Three-point attempt by Walker. No good. That's going to put it into the game. Philander Smith is going to walk out of here with a win.
Wow.
Coming back down by 2.
That's a good game.
Winning it over, pushing it to overtime, and coming away with a 67-62 victory over Rush, the 2 seed. Coach, your thoughts on Philander Smith and what you saw?
I think they just never quit. They started out with a lead with shooting from the outside, and they won the game shooting from the outside as well.
If you look at it from a Rush perspective, and you look at the reaction by Philander Smith, young ladies doing cartwheels out here.
Well, they know they worked hard. They didn't quit. They kept pushing. They kept seeing it through.
What did Russ not do down the stretch, or maybe what do you think Russ could have done differently?
Yeah, and so I agree with you. At some point, they were having a hard time getting the ball into Kamisha Walker, their star player. But at the same time, they had to keep playing together as a group, as a unit, and somewhere they fell off in trying to complete that. So congratulations to Philander Smith. They worked hard. Like I said, they never quit, and then they actually were able to see it through with going into overtime and winning it in overtime.
Philander Smith knocks off 23rd ranked Russ College. Russ drops to 24-6, ranked 23rd in the country, and probably still has an opportunity. I guess we'll have to wait to see whether they have an opportunity to make the NAIA playoffs or not. But for Philander Smith, who at now 25-7 were receiving votes, they now have an opportunity to play in the championship game tomorrow at 2 p.m. I believe it's 2 p.m. Eastern time, although we're in Central Time Zone, so I could be wrong on my times. But anyway, Roy makes me aware that we're all actually on camera. Thanks. So Philander Smith will get an opportunity to play for a GCAC championship tomorrow afternoon. That's going to do it for this first semifinal action. And when we come back, we'll have our first men's semifinal between Tougaloo and Talladega. Should be a good contest.
Right.
So for A.D. Drew, who is somewhere getting the live post-game reactions right now, and for Carol McLeod, my name is Brian Fulford. We'll be back for the men's semifinal right after these words.
Other spices. Texas Cowboy Dust also goes great with chicken, pork, vegetables, and adds a restaurant quality sheen to gravies and sauces.